Hi there, and welcome to video 2 in the Internet Marketing Starter Series. What we're going to do in this video is look at getting a domain for our fictitious business, Uncle Bob's Premium Pool Cleaners LLC. And there are several considerations to make when purchasing a domain. First of all, where are you going to get your domain? Well, as you can see, we have GoDaddy.com on the screen, and these guys run some pretty good pricing for domains, and they usually run some sort of special incentive to buy more than just a domain. For example, right now they're running a $1.99 deal where if you buy your domain with any non-domain related purchase, you can get your domain for a couple of bucks, and that's great. But even at their regular price of $9.99, that's still a really good deal, and it's a lot cheaper than some of the guys out there. So, what are the considerations for buying a domain? Well, first of all, do you have a brand? And what do I mean by that? Well, if you're a new business, it's unlikely that you've already built up a brand recognition unless you're well known in your industry already. Give a prime example. If you look at Nike, before we even get to the website, if I say Nike, you know what they are and what they're all about. You recognize the symbol. We know they make sports clothing and shoes and all that kind of stuff. You've seen this symbol all over Tiger Woods and many other prolific celebrity athletes through their sponsorship deals. You know everything about Nike before you even get to the website. So these guys have a very recognizable brand. They don't need to tell you what they do with their domain name. Another example is Dober.com. Now, most people out there will have absolutely no idea who Dober is, but these guys are a recognized brand within a very specific industry, and that's drop shipping. If you've ever sold on eBay, or you've looked at creating a business on eBay, you might have stumbled across these guys. They provide products from many different companies across the world and allow you to sell them on eBay. They provide you all the materials. You can sell it for whatever markup you like, and then you come back here and actually buy it and have it shipped to the customer. So it's kind of like a one-stop drop shipping shop. But unless you knew that from your own research, you'll have no idea what the hell a Dober is, because the domain, again, doesn't tell you what they do, and unless you're in this niche or in this market, you probably have no idea what the hell they are. Now, for most people, we don't have this luxury. We don't have an established brand of like Nike or Dober or McDonald's or Coca-Cola or any of these other guys. We actually have to tell people what we do with our domain. And we can do this for two reasons. First, you inform the customer. Second, you also get search engine optimization benefits. Now, for our example, we have Uncle Bob's Premium Pool Cleaners LLC. Now, we wouldn't want to use that entire business name as our domain name. It's very, very long, and it only partially says what we do. Okay, yeah, it's Uncle Bob's Premium Pool Cleaners. We know it's a pool cleaner, but the shorter we can keep that, the better. So let's take the primary keywords that people are likely to be looking for our product or service. In our case, pool cleaners or pool cleaning. So let's do a search for that, pool cleaners, and we'll start the search. GoDaddy takes a few moments just to go find those domains, and not surprisingly, poolcleaners.com is already taken. We kind of expect that. If we found that was available for $9.99, I'd probably jump on that domain and try and sell it. But let's have a look. Okay, so here we go. .com, you can back order it. I wouldn't bother. Or you can see the other options available. For example, poolcleaners.net is available for $5,470. Now, that's not a regular price. That tells me if I look here, sure enough, in this premium domain section, poolcleaners.net is available for $5,000+. That's now, I'll get to this in a minute, but let's have a look up here real quick. You can buy .info for $18.99. Well, actually, that's sold, I'm sorry, but you can back order it. Or there's another one here, .org, and that's $799. That tells me it's here again, and sure enough, it's right there. And you can buy the .me or .tv, and the .mobi is not available. Now, these extensions are called TLDs, if you ever see those. And the one we want a .com. Always look for the .com. because your customers will. So if you can, find a .com domain, and if you can, get a .com, .net, and .info and .org. Lock them all up, and I'll show you about that in a few minutes. So anyway, the one we want, poolcleaners.com, is not available, so let's see what alternatives we have. Well, GoDaddy offers a few options to find something that's relevant to what you do. And if you look here, we have what's called premium domain names. Now these are domains that other people own, and they're trying to sell, them through GoDaddy. And if you look here, poolcleaners.net, if you find a really good bargain in here that is really targets what you do and you have the budget, it may well be worth getting that domain. However, there are some considerations to do that to kind of see if it's worth the money. Let's take poolcleaners.net as an example. Now, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to just go to poolcleaners.net, and I have a couple of little plugins in my browser here. One's called Alexa Sparky, and the other one's called PageRank Check, and you can get these from Mozilla, addons.mozilla.org, and plug them into your Firefox, and it'll show you any existing ranking or traffic that this domain may get. Now, what I'm seeing here is this is a domain squatter. He's put all sorts of sponsored listings here and relevant keywords, and he says right up here, the domain poolcleaners.net is for sale to purchase. Call this company, or you call these numbers. So that tells me this guy's a domain squatter. It has no page rank. This is vitally important for you to check. If it has a very high Google page rank, it might well be worth investing in this domain because it already is listed and indexed and ranked within Google, and that can be gold dust. But it has no rank, and although it's white barred, if that was grayed out I'd be worried, but this is white barred, so it says that Google has been here, but it finds absolutely no worth to this domain. So for $5,470, that's not really worth it, and I wouldn't do it. Let's have a look at the alternatives though. So have a look at this. If you do have a budget for it and you find something that's well worth, has ranking and may well be worth looking at, go ahead. Failing that, let's have a look at our other options. So you have three sections. You have the premium domains and you have two alternate additional domains. And I usually find my bargains right in here. So let's have a look at them in more detail. So we have Best Blend Cleaners. Well, that's no use to us. Combine Cleaners Live, Pool Made Store, Easy Pool Scrubber. Kind of a strange one, but you can see they're trying to use the words that we're looking at to see if we can find something here. Easy Combine Cleaners. Okay, nothing really here that's really relative to what we're doing with pool cleaning. So let's have a look at the last section. This is where they put little words on the end or at the beginning to see if we can come up with something. So pool cleaner site, it's a bit rough. Pool cleaners now, pool cleaners blog, poolcleanerstoday.com. That you could at a stretch use this one. For example, you end up using a slogan, something like if you need a pool cleaner today, poolcleanerstoday.com. There you go. And if you're in the pool cleaning business, you can have that little slogan for free. So I'm not finding anything I like in here, and we're not limited just to these. We can go back up and we can search for something else. Let's try pool cleaning and hit search and see what GoDaddy can suggest with it. So you can try all sorts of different relevant keywords and see what we can do. Now again, poolcleaning.com is already taken, and if we look here again, .com, .net, .info and .org are all taken. Okay, not unexpected. So let's have a look at our options. Again, we can look in the premium domain names, and you can see here all the same usual suspects we just saw are back in here. A couple of extra ones. The poolcleaners.net back there. I'll tell you what, that guy is going to be waiting for a while to sell that one, I have no doubt. But let's have a look at what we got here. Okay, so we have poolcarecleaning.com. That's an interesting one because not only do you have pool care, You also have pool cleaning, so you can hit 2 keywords for 1 domain, and that is a very useful tool. That's what I try to do with a lot of my domains. So you hit 2 sets of keywords with that. Very nice. And let's have a look if there's any other similar ones. Pool central cleaning, pool room cleaning, well, if you're cleaning pool tables, I guess. Pool parts cleaning, okay, pool cleaning live. Actually, you know, that I think that's the best one I've seen so far, so we can bear that one in mind. And then let's have a look at the final list here. So pool cleaning site, pool cleaning online, pool cleaning store. That's an interesting one. If you were selling pool cleaning supplies or equipment or the chemicals or anything like that, pool cleaning store might be very relevant for what you're doing. And looking down a little bit, pool cleaning shop, same kind of idea. And sure enough, over here, look again, pool cleaning today, same kind of tagline you could use as we used in the last example, or pool cleaning now, same kind of idea. You know, if you need pool cleaning now, call poolcleaningnow.com. So we have a few extra options here, and the one I honestly like is that one. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm thinking this is going to be the best bet for me, so I'm going to go and proceed to checkout. Now, this is where it starts getting interesting, and this is why I'm walking you through this entire process. GoDaddy really makes its money from upselling. So I'm going to show you some of the options you should choose, some of the options you can avoid safely. The rest of it honestly is up to you, whatever you feel you can really benefit from. But I'm going to show you some of the key ones that you may really be interested in and that can be useful. Now, as I mentioned, we want a .com, and we might also want to lock up all the other domains, but you don't want to buy them from the front end. Let them upsell you and give you a discount. And you can see right here, it says, "Stop, you found a great domain." Of course you have. And it says, here you go, you can protect your business brand by snapping up all these other domains, and they'll give you a massive discount. Now, if you wanted to go buy the .net, that would be $12.99, the .org, $14.99, and the .info would be $10.69. But they're going to give you all of that for just $15. That can be well worth it. So go and add that. And the other option was giving you all the .tv, .mobi, and all the other extensions. I wouldn't worry about those. The main ones you want to lock up, if you can, is the .net, the .info, and the .org. So no one else can try and steal your brand. Now, we're going to create a new customer. This is a new client. This is a new business. So we're going to assume this guy doesn't have a domain already. And we're going to create a new one. And we're going to call this, actually I'm going to have to put in my real information here. So, and we're going to use the Gmail account we set up in the last video. And one thing to note, do not put a company name in. Now, the reason I say this, and you may think this is very strange not to do this, but I have had issues in the past with clients who have forgotten their passwords, forgotten their emails, or they no longer have access to emails, and they filled that box in, and they have to jump through so many hoops providing articles of incorporation, business licenses, and all the rest of it to prove that they are who they say they are. And it just creates a lot more red tape to get through should you ever have a problem and have to contact GoDaddy. So avoid that. Don't put a company name in. Keep this as a personal domain name, and we'll use it for our business. There's no restrictions or problems with that. It just saves jumping through red tape, and I hate red tape. Okay, so let's put in my other information, and okay, when it actually lets me, and California. Okay, so I'm going to blank out a couple of pieces here with my private information, and we'll hit continue. Okay, so we're on the next screen now, and it's asking if we want to add any kind of personal domains for the SeanDonahoe.me. I'm not worried about that. So we'll just click continue, not add any of these upsells. And we're starting to get to the end now. It's asking if we want to add any extra bits and pieces. Now, I'm going to change my domain registration length to 1 year. And here is where you can add in extra hosting. You can add deluxe hosting for like $6.64 a month. And as I say, their hosting is pretty good, and if you want to go do that, you'll get your domain for $1.99. We're not going to actually do that at this stage, but I just want to show you that this is where you'd do it. And if we scroll down just a wee bit more, they also try and upsell you onto the registration type, whether it be standard, which is what we're going to do. You can also have deluxe, which will lock in private registration and business registration. Honestly, I wouldn't worry about that. I'm going to show you how to make your domain private later on. And the protected one, which some people might find beneficial. This locks you up from what's called deadbolt transfer protection. That stops you accidentally being scanned by some of these guys going around sending out letters that say, hey, your domain's up for renewal, fill in this form and we'll take care of it for you. And then you find out your domain is suddenly transferred to a completely different company. It's a pretty common scam going around at the moment, and this kind of protects you from that kind of bull crap. And you also have expiration protection, so that if you ever, your credit card expires and they can't contact you, they'll try and hold on to this domain for you for a long time until you can get things sorted out. It saves you losing your domain, which has happened to some of my clients in the past. So you might find that to be beneficial, and if you do, go grab it for $24. But for what we're going to do, we're okay with the standard right now. And then third option of the upsells, as I say, they make their money with the upsells. They also offer to try and sell you this smart space, which is so you can get on the web instantly, and all the work is done for you, and they hook everything up, just add your own photo, video, blogs, and it's kind of a one-stop shop. I don't actually use this, I don't actually like this myself, but again, it does make things easy. If you want more information, click here. But we're not worried about that right now, so we're actually going to say no thanks, I'm ready to check out, I'm not going to customize my order, so no thanks, click continue. Okay, so we're almost there, and as you can see, we can now see our cart. Now, here's where I was talking about you can add private, just the privacy protection to your account. And what privacy protection does is it hides your personal contact information that you may have used for this domain. This can prevent spam. It can also prevent you getting those letters that try and transfer your domain, and I like to use that a lot for my domains just for privacy's sake. And you can do that, and it only costs you like $6.99, as you can see here. Also, you'll see here is our extra $15 deal, which gives us the poolcarecleaning.net, .org, and .info. And you'll notice here there's a kind of a disparity between $9.99 and then $10.19. These are ICANN fees of 20 cents per domain. So that's 20 cents added to that, gives you the total there. And the same here, it's $15, but 3 lots of 20 turns it into $15.60. And you can see we have all of those services that we did actually find beneficial right here. Now, for the purpose of this, I'm just going to remove these 2 items, but I want to show you that's how you would do it, and you might get benefit from that. And as you can see here, just to kind of show you, they're going to sell you all the way through. They're going to say, hey, do you want the .org, .net? Now we've removed that. They give us the option to go and do that, or we can upgrade to 5 years registration, and they'll give you a discount, or add private registration. They'll keep taking the chances to sell you that kind of stuff, but we're not going to worry about that for right now. Okay, so here we come down to the payment section. I like to pay by credit card and keep a credit card on file with them rather than pay by check or PayPal. It just allows them to keep charging my credit card, and I can control that. Going through PayPal is beneficial, but it takes a few extra loops and hoops to jump through to get that hooked up. So that's up to you. Or if you already have a GoDaddy account and you logged in previously and you have a credit card on file, you can actually pay with the same credit card you have for all of your other services and domains with GoDaddy. So we're going to continue with credit card, and I do want you to go read these 2 sections. This is for your own protection. Go read it, make sure you understand it before you approve it. I've already read these because I've used GoDaddy so many times, so I'm just going to check them. But I do recommend you do read through these thoroughly, as you should with any terms of service and terms of use and conditions and what have you. So there we go, we'll click on that. And we're on the final page. Now, I'm going to show you down here first, turn off all of this stuff before you make any payments. This is all the notifications they will send you, and you will get a lot of them if you don't turn these off. So first things first, turn all that off. Now go through your contact information, make sure that you have selected everything as you want to. I'm going to make it a personal domain, as I said, and go through all this, make sure all of the stuff with the star is highlighted. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in some useful information. I'm going to put in a strong password, and I'm just going to put in a silly question there for the security question, and you put in a call-in pin. Now, just so you know, a call-in pin, when you call up GoDaddy for customer service, they'll ask you either for the last 4 digits of the credit card you paid with, or a call-in pin. So make this something relevant, or make a note of it, something that's meaningful to you. And I'm just going to use 1234. Very unsecure, but this is a demo, and we'll continue from there. So first step, make sure all of this is turned off, unless you want any of these things. Obviously, I always turn them off. Check your information, make sure it's personal, set your password or whatever you want, and make sure it's meaningful to you, and then set your call-in pin. Check your email address, make sure it's everything you want it to be, and then click continue with checkout. Okay, and on this last page, it's going to ask us for the payment information. So what I'm going to do is, just first, before I put that in, I'm going to show you this little section here. Make this card an alternate payment method for all my products. Basically, by checking that, anytime you buy anything with this account, you have the option to use this card, which is now on file. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to put in my credit card information, and I'm going to blank this part so that you can't go out right now and buy yourselves a brand new car. And we certainly don't want to have that. So okay, bear with me 1 second while I enter this information in, and just takes a few moments to actually read the card. And I'm just going to go and click and check out. This is going to purchase this card, or purchase this domain, sorry, and just after a few seconds you get a nice brand new shiny thank you page which says thank you for your order, and here's our order information. That's our account number, our order number, you keep that for your records, and even to the last they try and upsell you with a whole lot of other stuff. You don't need that, that's fine. Go through it anyway, just see if there's anything you do want that is relevant to you, but as I say, they'll try and upsell you on everything. Now, one thing I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to go log into Gmail, and just to confirm before I close that page, here we go. There's a GoDaddy order confirmation, so you have a permanent record of your account number. Make a note of your password somewhere, write it down somewhere safe, and you're all ready to go. You have now successfully purchased a domain, and you're all ready to go. Now, what we're going to do in the next video, just to summarize, is we're going to go and set up hosting with HostGator, and hopefully you now have a domain which is keyword relevant. It describes what you do. It is short enough to be manageable and roll off the tongue. So if you tell anyone your domain, they want to go visit your website, you say, oh yeah, go to go to poolcleaners.com, or poolcarecleaning.com, or what have you. Something that's memorable, it's easy to say. It's not Uncle Bob's Premium Pool Cleaners LLC.com. You can see there's a major difference between those two. So anyway, there you go. That's how you set yourself up and buy a domain with GoDaddy.com. And I'm going to see you in the next video.